for the vacant Australian featherweight title. From the red corner, a professional boxer by occupation. He weighs in tonight at 56.72 kilograms. Fighting out of the Out West Fight Club, where Todd Maitland and Terry Delvin look after him. A resident of Campbelltown in Western Sydney, he brings to the ring a record to date of 9 fights with 5 wins, 3 losses and 1 draw. Let's make some noise for Ernie Gonzalez Jr. His blue corner opponent tonight resides in Richmond, New South Wales. Boxing out of the Richmond Boxing Club and trained by John Barber. A bricklayer by occupation. On the scales, he hit 56.98 kilograms. An Australian 2004 Olympian with a perfect record to date of 9 fights for 9 wins. 5 of those by way of knockout. Please welcome Joel Brunker. Anthony Shipley in charge of the centering action. Your judges ringside, Gary Dean, Pat O'Connor and Alex Fraser. Your timekeeper, Des Bloyd.
Bring it in, lads.
Aussie title on the line.
Malco, good lad. Okay, lads, listen to me. Australian title, okay? On a good hard bout. Obey my instructions at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Event of a knockdown, furthest neutral corner. That one, or the one behind me, okay? Watch the head clutches and low blows. Good luck, touch them up.
Touch them up, they do. In the corner of Joel Brunker, Johnny Barber, long-time mentor, and also Nathan DiCarlo. Angelo DiCarlo, Nathan's father, promoter and also manager of this young man on screen at the moment, who has 9 fights, 9 wins, 5 inside the distance. And this is his first opportunity at a national title.
Very skillful, got a great kit of punches. But anybody trained by little Toddy Maitland's going to get out there very, very fit and have a dig, let me tell you that.
Trying to put the brains to the test, which isn't a great thing. But as you mentioned, Todd Maitland here, one of 3 Australian-based fighters that did go and fight Manny Pacquiao, along with, of course, Skinny Hussain and Arnel Baratillo, going back a few years. And how quickly lives could have changed, and forever.
That's for sure.
It is Brunker in the black trunks. In the white trunks, Ernie Gonzalez Jr., who was a victor over Kane Buckley just a couple of weeks ago on a Fox Sports card at the Cube in Campbelltown. And the Brunker camp, whilst going into this one as favourite, are very concerned of Gonzalez in the early part of this contest and not being engaged into a fight. They really want Joel Brunker to use his body movement. They want him to box, not to fight.
Really, they want him to use his boxing skills. He's got plenty of that. He's had a great amateur record and great amateur career, and he's got good skills. They want him to get behind that jab and use those skills. Silver
medal at the Commonwealth Youth Games. He was an 04 Athens Olympian, 119 amateur fights for Joel Brunker in the black trunks. That doesn't count for a great deal underneath the bright lights of a professional ring.
What's that?
Brunker just dominating that centre spot. We've seen already a couple of times Gonzalez Jr. training from orthodox to southpaw, or from right hand to left hand if you're new to the caper.
And Brunker better keep that right hand up nice and high, because Gonzalez is trying to bring that left hand around the right glove. And just a little bit of news, Lenny Zapavinia has signed a contract with Gary Shaw in America, and he will fight in America on the 7th of November. So it's a big news for Lenny Zapavinia.
That certainly is big news for Zapavinia. Big news here in the Australian title fight at featherweight. It is a vacant title, so someone goes home with it tonight.
At the moment, the two boys are very evenly matched. It's going to be the guy who really wants it the most. Both boys landing a lot of punches.
It is the reality of professional sport, whether it's AFL, cricket, rugby league or boxing. talent levels and skill sets are so very similar. It comes down to who's woken up with the attitude on that morning. And a very good opening round and cause for optimism for both camps. Let's go into the corner with Joel Brunker. John Barber, the principal.
Big deep breath, son. Suck him in. Nice big deep breath, Joel. Suck him in. As soon as he turns southpaw, straight right, left hook, straight on him. Step forward, straight right, left hook. As soon as he turns southpaw. Don't let him get away with it for too long. Now listen, what will work, keep that jab going good. It's working very well. Keep the jab going well. Now listen, I want to come underneath with that right rip and a right hand over the top will work. Okay? Every time you hit him with that right rip, that'll pay in the end of the night. All right? Suck him in, big deep breath, Joel. First round. Suck him in. First, one round. Second in. Suck him in.
Let's go to Panamax round number 2.
Here we go, round number 2, scheduled for 10. Brunker in the black, Gonzalez Jr. in the white trunks. Out of the Out West Fight Club at Campbelltown.
There's only one problem for me. Every time Joel Brunker throws that right to the body, he's very, very open for the counter left hook. Very, very open. He's trying to punch too deep, too wide.
Is that why Gonzalez has gone to that left-hand stance, as he has again?
Well, I think that's why he'll do it, you know. If he throws that right to the body instead of to the head, look, when he's in the circle position, he's very open for the left hook.
As once challenged for the Australian super featherweight title, Ernie Gonzalez was beaten by Muhammad Elamar. Yeah, it was December of last year, and certainly no shame going down to the Elamar boys.
Great talent, those two Elamar brothers.
Gonzalez almost illustrating a reach advantage there, or a reach-in advantage, and there's probably a difference between the two if you look at it. As far as body shape is concerned, there is so much variation when you move up in the weights. Not so here. These two are identical.
Mate, there was that little left hook just there, Andy, and Gonzalez landed with it.
Todd Maitland in the red corner is pleading with Gonzalez to shorten up his punches. Nice, nice, nice. Throwing a lot of punches, isn't he? Ernie Gonzalez Jr., the white trunks.
And they're a little shorter than his opponents, and that's a little problem for me as I sit here watching. And Joel's punches just a little bit wide today. He's got to shorten them up. That's a nice right hand.
Certainly was. Oh, to the body goes Brunker. You can bet Gonzalez felt every kilo in Brunker's body through that right hand. Final seconds of round number 2. Many were suggesting pre-show this was going to be the fight of the night, and so far it has produced 6 minutes of very even and very talented professional boxing. 6 minutes of work down.
That was a great finish to the round by Brunker then.
Push down hard. Remember, Ernie, be in and out with him. In and out with him.
Lenny Zappavini just said what I mentioned and say thank you to Elias from Painaway. So thank you for all the help you've given him, Elias. You're helping a lot of guys in this sport. You've done a great job.
No problem, mate. Next round, I'll get the end as well. And do a little bit. It's only just a little split, ain't it? Just keep your hands up.
Just a slight nick underneath the right eye of Ernie Gonzalez Jr. A mouse has developed underneath the eye, so there's going to be no problems as far as vision is concerned.
Nice jab.
Yeah. You'd hear that echo around the auditorium here, and it is a packed auditorium out in Sydney's western suburbs. And as a proud Westie, I can happily say that in this neck of the woods for so long we've rather watch a fight than have a feed. And they're supporting everyone tonight, which is wonderful.
You're not testimony to that, are you? I think you'd rather the feed any day, eh? Nice overhand right there by Brunker.
Love to tell you I was a lover, not a fighter, but I'm no good at that caper either. Oh. See, they're exchanging, aren't they? You talk about momentum and shifts. Well, there hasn't been, because no one has been able to obtain a real momentum in this contest so far.
Brunker's got to throw that right hand a little quicker as he changes.
Step back, step back. That's a head fake here.
The head was jolted back there of Joel Brunker, not from a punch, more a shove, and he fought back well with a combination consisting of 3 or 4 punches there. And his punches in bunches, I think at this point in time, are just proving the difference here over Ernie Gonzalez Jr.
Oh, beautiful double left hook there by Brunker. But Gonzalez comes straight back.
Joel Brunker, 9 fights, 9 wins, 5 inside the distance, and surely he must be thinking already, what am I going to have to do to stop this young man? Turning into southpaw and trying to sneak around the right glove of Joel Brunker initially. Not a tactic, I think it's the first
beautiful
punch.
right hand.
Brunker most certainly on top in round number 3. Straight right followed by a left. And Gonzalez is feeling it.
Watch the back of the head.
That right hand definitely hurt him.
Final 30 seconds of the third round as Brunker moves onto his toes again and forces Gonzalez onto his heels as they push, shove, butt and punch their way out of the corner. Good quality stuff from 2 little dudes. Both weighing in just on and around the featherweight limit of 57 kilos. They're just under. So they're not big men at all, but they have got big kickers and big fists.
Well, that was the clearest round of the fight to give to either opponent. That was for Joel Brunker.
Agreed.
He won that round very, very convincingly.
Up to boxing, the body shots are going to stop him. It'll stop him, but don't get too fucking, be cautious, all right? Cautious. Keep those body shots going. Now, what I want you to start doing is bring that right hand uppercut up. You haven't hit him with an uppercut yet. Now, you start...
Taking a look at some of the highlights from round number 3, Joel Brunker round.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
And as Jeff said, it was probably the best round for Joel Brunker as we move into round number 4.
Mate, you be patient, all right?
Round number 4. Can Gonzalez fight his way back into this, or is Joel Brunker going to continue and continue through? Good performance from both young men in this one so far. I remember Ernie Gonzalez Jr. He won the New South Wales Featherweight title on a Fox card with a victory A KO victory in the 8th round over Benny Warburton back in April of last year. He has turned here, though, Gonzalez by Brunker. Turning into that southpaw, a left-handed stance again. Trying to find a weakness in the defence of Joel Brunker. The 10th fight for both young men as professionals. So both will feel the heat as the rounds extend. Look at this from Gonzalez. Obviously the plan is to throw punches in bunches.
Tell you one thing we said, Todd Maitland's certainly got this boy fit.
Hasn't he? And the kid's got a big ticker. Identifiable early. Oh, didn't he want to throw that? Joel Brunker. Thought better of it as he assaults the body and moves higher. Another wonderful round and very much there for the taking. 2 minutes out of the 3 in.
Beautiful left hook by Brunker.
Opportunities are going to open in the latter rounds as both these young men have given it plenty in the opening 4 rounds, and they are going to be absolutely exhausted as this fight continues. Looking for an uppercut, left hand, first shot from Ernie Gonzalez Jr. And Ernie Gonzalez Jr. has shown us a couple of times he wants to move southpaw and he wants to throw either an uppercut or a hook, but he wants to do it as his first punch. I think they're thinking along the right lines, but I don't agree that it's a first punch shot.
And the other thing, Andy, Joel Brunker's giving him a chance to adjust. As soon as he changes out speed, he's got to throw that right hand straight down the pipe.
Wherever you're watching live around Australia, this is big time boxing.
Good round, Ernie. Hey, that's all you got to do, Ernie. Just keep it, cruise along. Stay relaxed, brother. Just stay relaxed. Really tired now, brother. Get him tired and start hitting to the body, mate.
Mate, you know, you've been around long enough.
Come on.
Let's not.
Mate, Ernie, you're doing perfect, brother. Just keep the pressure up. Keep your hands up. Let him push you. Please let him push you. He's the one that's going to get tired if you let him push it and then step back, boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
So let him push you back and counter punch him straight away as soon as he bumps you off. Okay?
Let's go! Round number 5 entering the middle stages of this one for the vacant Australian featherweight title. And what a fight we have seen so far. Heard Todd Maitland say to Ernie Gonzalez Jr., let him push you, let him come in and then move away.
Let him get tired. Yeah, well, he said let him get tired, let him push you. When he pushes you off, you come back in with it and be first in your combination. It's great advice. But what I was just about to say is this young kid, Ernie Gonzalez, he's not breathing heavy. He's not tired. And he's been hitting a lot of punches too. He's not tired.
Oh, Gonzalez caught Brunker, who was coming in and walked straight into the right hand. Physically, they are a mirror image of one another. Maybe just a little thicker across the shoulders is Brunker. And into that left-handed stance again, but with the hands down as Gonzalez, and I think that's dangerous from Ernie, who was tagged there with a nice left hand from Joel Brunker.
Get back, get back.
And Gonzalez, playing with his hands, walked into another. Trying to shorten the punches again. On exit from a clinch is Ernie Gonzalez. And that, as Jeff pointed out, in round number 2, I think it was when Gonzalez was at his best. Shortening his punches. Just boxing a little smarter.
What's the punch to the back of the head, Joe?
Hands too low for Ernie Gonzalez Jr. Yes, he's tired, we know that. That was a nice 3-punch combination, and they were all scoring shots. Oh. Jeff, why this change in defence? Is this mugging up and skylarking? Because I can't see any benefit to Ernie Gonzalez by marching in hands up like that.
Well, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's a little bit tired in and he feels a little bit fresh with his hands down. He's trying to rely on his reflexes and his eye to get him out of trouble, but it may get him into trouble. That's the thing, Andy. Exactly what you're saying.
Two-punch combination, caught on the temple. It was thrown by Brunker in the black trunks. A nice exit from the combination. We are halfway home. Live from Blacktown.
Start listening to me, Joel. You got to listen to me, Joel. Suck 'em in. Listen, mate. They want you to walk onto him. Don't walk onto him. Every time you're lunging onto him, he's stepping back and punching, mate. Don't fall for their fight. Let him walk onto you. Don't fall for them, Joel. You got a right hand uppercut, left hook when he's in close. You got to just go back to basics, jab cross. Yes, we'll give you a drink. Listen.
Couple of tired boys in the corner halfway through this featherweight title contest. And some subtle variations in the defensive structures of Ernie Gonzalez Jr. Yes, it's a sign of tiredness and fatigue, but is he vulnerable as a result? Here we go. Second half of the fight. We agree unofficially that Brunker is in charge on the judges' scorecards, but the 3 judges are Alex Fraser, Pat O'Connor, and Anthony Shipley. In fact, Shipley refereeing, pardon me. Gary Dean at ringside judging this one. Hands still low from Gonzalez. Almost a minute into the 6th round. Great corporate and general public support for Grange Old School Boxing, who have put tonight's promotion together. And as always, we urge you boxing supporters to support those companies that support our great sport. So take note of the sponsorship signage ringside tonight and on any other occasion you visit the nights and the fights. And if you can support those that support us, we'll keep our business in a better place. Halfway through round number 6. Gonzalez caught Brunker there with a sneaky little left hand. And the call coming from Todd Maitland, Jeff, is Darchinian. Darchinian. Are we looking to hunt left-handed? Crouching down almost in a Vic-like stance. Plenty of enthusiasm, energy from both men. And no signs of it waning just yet, but surely it is going to have to take its toll. The high work rate of both young men and the front foot attitude of both. Marching across the ring, Gonzalez looking for a target zone. Nice back footwork for Joel Brunker as we go to the corners again. That is the end of round number 6 in this 10-round journey.
Hey, Ernie.
Pretty hard round the score, Andy.
I just want you to
You bet.
keep pushing.
Too busy watching. Intense.
Let's start hitting the body hard. Work upstairs, strong punch, busy, and then 1-2 strong shot punch. Huh? Work on that and hit the body hard. Remember, boom. Remember, boom, punch his stomach. He's getting tired. This is new ground for him, mate.
It is new ground for him, mate. You keep on him. Keep on him. Keep the pressure on him.
All right? Every time he wants to breathe,
Having a look at a little bit of what happened in round number 6. Both men again had their moments. Joel Brunker probably more so the ring general.
Let's go. Clear the corner, clear the corner.
Joel's got to shoot that right hand off first and faster, and then come back with his left foot.
Both guys have limited experience in the professional ring. Ernie Gonzalez Jr. has boxed just 42 rounds. Joel Brunker just 37. So if we go the distance here, both well and truly earning their paychecks tonight because they're not used to this. Jeff, with all the regional titles in the world on offer around the Asia-Pacific, the Oriental, the African we have seen in recent times, Australasian as well. These two guys are giving a great illustration and exhibition of exactly what an Australian title should mean to every boxer.
100%, Andy. I mean, this is where you start. If you're not the best in Australia, I don't know how you get the chance to fight for these other titles. The first and foremost job is to be the best fighter in Australia. If you're the best fighter in Australia, then you take that you go to that next level. You take that next step up.
Oh, Brunker to the body.
Yeah, it was big, but it was too big, Andy. You seen it coming, you know. Shorten them up.
Minute 30 down, only a minute 30 remain in the 7th round.
Nice left hook down there by Brunker.
Looking from above. Gonzalez in the white, Brunker in the black.
Oh, big right hand then.
Good illustration of the angles there from above, wasn't it? Both men are coming in at and both men showing a degree of variation in what they're doing.
Punches landed there. They're all taken on the glove by Brunker. They're good body shots and a good left to the head there as well.
Yep, it's a nice little short one from Joel Brunker.
That was a nice counter then by Gonzalez.
Punch out, punch out.
15 seconds remain in the 7th round. Joel Brunker in a position of dominance. Trying to snap him off there, Gonzalez, as the final exchange in round number 7. Still 9 minutes of work ahead.
Big deep breath. Come on, suck him in. Nice big deep breath, Joel. Listen, when he comes at you going boom, 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 boom. Look, as soon as you turn him, he's got nothing. You've got to come back on him hard. Make him miss, make him pay, Joel. Listen, I want to see that nice straight punches. Got 3 rounds to go. You want this Australian title? These are the championship rounds.
Exactly.
Dig deep, mate. Dig deep and win this fight. Yeah, I know.
Can't agree.
Dig deep. Listen, Joel, I want those nice, straight, good, hard punches. Rip to the body. I want right in up.
Straight and hard, that is the key, according to John Barber from the Richmond Boxing Club, just up the road here in Richmond, in Western Sydney, Lower Mountains area. And Brunker, is he set to continue on his winning ways? He comes out of the corner, and there to greet him in the white is Ernie Gonzalez Jr.
Is that Ernie or is that Victor Chinian? Oh, good punches by Brunker in.
Nice exchange to start round number 8. See the crowd right into this one. Both local boys.
Beautiful overhand right by Brunker.
And Gonzalez not going anywhere. Straight onto his front foot. And the arms just a little slow, just a little heavy for Ernie Gonzalez at this point in time. And Joel Brunker has seen the punches coming. That was an illustration of exactly where the noise is coming from that you can hear in the background. Down, 1.5 remaining, round number 8. He's 23 years of age, Joel Brunker.
The close fighting here, but I just think that Brunker scored with the better punches, the cleaner punches.
Anthony Shipley has not had a great deal of work to do, our referee. The 2 guys centering, 2 young men, have handled themselves very well. Watched with a great deal of courage, but also a great deal of sportsmanship as well. They've sorted out their own problems. Sneaking around the corner there, Gonzalez, and with the short left hand as well. The underdog in the white.
Nice overhand right by Brunker.
Into foreign territory at the end of this one. Neither man has been beyond 8 rounds. Gonzalez there again looked to shorten up the distance between points. Brunker goes over the top. As he has done on a couple of occasions in this one, Joel Brunker leaves the lasting impression on the judges' scorecard with a stronger final 20 seconds.
Finished with a couple of big right hands then, Andy.
Mate, you got to start stepping it up on him, Ernie. Come on, you got to push now, mate. We've got to push all the way. We're at round 8? 9 rounds. Championship rounds now, son. We've got to every round. Cut him off the chase. He's getting tired and you're letting him steal the rounds, Ernie. You're letting him run around. He's gonna pick it off. He's gonna try picking you off. Now he's running. Mate, you got to step it up on him. Push him right to the wire.
Having a look at some of the highlights from round number 8. And having Nathan DeCarlo and Brian Wilmot in the corner, a real positive for Joel Brunker, who's been with Jim Barber for several years as an amateur and now as a professional and based down here. But it's Angelo DeCarlo that calls the shots in the career of Joel Brunker, his manager and promoter up there in southeast Queensland. I can tell you what, whatever the outcome, Jeff, rematch would be something you'd look at. Maybe even something for Jeff Fennick Fight Night at Star City, early October.
And the great thing would be then, if it was a rematch, just what you spoke about earlier, who would go home and learn the most from this fight? Whoever done that would win the next event. I don't care who wins this one.
Moving to the 9th round. Hope you're enjoying. Still to come, our main event at Cruiserweight. Dominic Vey and Same Lata. A big tough Aussie against big tough American Samoan who now resides in New Zealand. As both guys become just a little freer in their body movement and their punching. Doesn't mind popping the tongue out, does he, Joel Brunker?
I'm not sure he might have a little bit of lizard in him. Because I know he's not doing it to be cheeky, that's for sure. Look, a little bit of blue tongue in him.
Almost went for a mixed martial arts guillotine there. With Joel Brunker, who was on the back foot. Gonzalez throwing the more punches in that exchange. Hasn't always been the case over the course of the round.
Brunker turned his opponent around then and landed a good combination.
Fights like this do so much for the industry domestically.
I'll tell you what, look, both boys are tired, but they're really showing a lot of grit and determination. Yeah, they're dropping their hands a little bit, but they're still working.
And they're showing more because it's an Australian title.
Definitely so.
And I hope there's people watching around Australia that realise the significance of what a national belt is and should mean.
And how it should be fought. This is a classic example of it.
Final couple of seconds, round number 9. After this one, 3 minutes remain. Bell sounds, back to the corners we go.
Suck him in. Big deep breath, suck him in, Joel. Listen, mate. You got to start landing that uppercut more often in the corner. When you box that round, he was making him miss and making him pay. Better. I don't want you brawling with this guy. I want you boxing him. Make him miss, make him pay. Double left hand up, right hand, left hook.
I'm winning, buddy.
Yeah, listen. I don't care about you winning. I want you to do what I'm telling you. I want you to win this fight and learn from this fight. Mate, listen. You got the last round. Double a jab up, right hand, left hook. Mate, not even right. I don't want you brawling with the guy. Right? Suck him in, mate.
You work every minute this round, okay? Last round, Australian title. Australian title. You stay sharp.
It has been an entertaining, for us anyway, 27 minutes of grueling and character testing. 27 minutes for Joel Brunker and Ernie Gonzalez. And now they are set to go 3 more minutes to determine who is the new Australian featherweight champion.
You know what, Andy, I'm going to say this. I mean, there's going to be a loser, but there's really no loser tonight. Both boys have done their team proud. They've done everybody here proud. And, I'm just pretty proud to be sitting here watching these two guys give it their all.
If you want to put it this way, there's going to be 2 winners, but only 1 victor.
That's for sure.
Brunker and Gonzalez. As they started, they continue. And for 2 guys that haven't been beyond 8 rounds previously, this is a massive test, a massive ask, and such a big green tick of character very early in their careers. Back into the left-hand stance. Is he going to launch that left hand in? He tries to do just that, Ernie Gonzalez. Gonzalez launches in, but Brunker has the counter and has the control. Very interested to see the scores and the differences in the scores. It appears we are going to the cards. As Brunker tagged big time, the mouth guard half came out, and Joel Brunker, who is on top here, has got to try and survive the next 70 seconds because Ernie Gonzalez, he is headhunting. Has he got enough left though, Gonzalez? Brunker over the top. And is that window of opportunity for Ernie Gonzalez shut?
It may have, Andy. I think it may have.
Here's Pats, punched himself to a standstill. Ernie Gonzalez, he can't raise the energy to sustain another attack. 30 seconds left. And Brunker now back on the front foot. Great illustration of boxing and sportsmanship. Intestinal fortitude as well. And as we count down the seconds, all we can say as boxing fans, of which I am one, please can we see this again, and we will do it all again one more time.
What a great last round.
What a performance, Ernie Gonzalez Jr. and Joel Brunker. Both young men and their corners and supporters need to be congratulated for the way they've fought and the way they've conducted themselves. That was, Jeff Fennick, one hell of a fight.
Yeah, that's what you come here to see. Two guys prepare properly for battle and work hard.
Not sure if he's won, Joel Brunker. He's asking Nathan DiCarlo. He's asking Johnny Barber. He's asking Brian Wilmot.
Well, I think he thinks he won, but he just wants reassurance.
Do you ever quite know in the corner?
Well, mate, you always know. Not that I won my fights. Yeah, you know if you hit the other guy more than he hits you. Well, that's a close fight. And like I said, I just think that Brunker scored with the cleaner punches, the better punches. Yep. Look, the last round I give to his opponent.
Yeah, agreed.
I gave the last round to Ernie Gonzalez.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the last round, of which there were many. And we saw Gonzalez under the theory of punching in bunches. Couple of right hands. And Joel Brunker on the back foot, not sure which way to go. He just ran out of steam, Gonzalez. He had that onslaught for 20 seconds, but didn't have enough petrol left in the tank to continue.
Well, when he hit him with that punch, I thought, oh my God! I thought he really stunned him. But to Joel's credit and to his fitness, he came back. A couple of seconds after he was back on top.
Oh, Joel Brunker now looking over the commentary table.
Well,
he's still
he's
not
asked
sure.
the expert. He's asked you, Andy.
He looked over to you. I think he was worried about where you're having a beer after the show. Brian Wilmot, John Barber and Nathan DiCarlo, they're all smiles. They're nice and relaxed. They might be letting Joel sweat on this just a little bit. We do have an official announcement, and Rick Powell led us into the secret.
Thank you, Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, put your hands together for what is obviously an incredible fight. It has been sensational. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to the judges' scorecard. Alex Fraser scores about 100 to 90. Judge Gary Dean scores it 99 to 93. And Judge Pat O'Connor scores the fight 100 to 92. Your winner and new Australian champion from the blue corner, Aussie Joel Brunker.
this. Joel won the fight, but it wasn't that clear. Come on.
100 to 90, 100 to 92, and 99-93. Let's go centre ring.
Challenge Investments placing the belt around his waist. The new Australian champion. Joel, congratulations. What a terrific fight. One of the best fights we've seen in a long time. You've obviously come well prepared for this one.
Yeah, well, me and my coach and my manager, John Barber and Angelo DiCarlo, we always come in top shape, but this is just the beginning. We want to do much more than this.
There's no doubt the crowd would want to see a rematch, and it's not only the crowd here, but viewers Australia-wide would love to see you two match up again. You think that might be a possibility?
I don't know. It's up to whoever my manager, Angelo, puts a target on, I'll get him.
From this point on, what's Angelo got planned for you?
At the moment, we're going to have a little bit of a breather because we've had like 10 fights in under a year, so we'll have a bit of a rest and then come back and work from there.
On behalf of Fox Sports, we congratulate you. Aussie Joel Brunker, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeff, Joel Brunker made his debut in October of 2008. He has had 10 fights in the best space of 10 months. That alone has helped him to victory here. The fact he's busy, he's active, he's been fit for 11 months, and it showed.
No doubt, Andy. Look, you know, those fights and having him in quick succession has certainly got him ready for what he's done today.
Let's take a look at what is coming up for you boxing fans.